Okay, so today I'm gonna show you my Star-Lord. I just got this guy from Hot Toys. As you can see, it's from the movie Masterpiece replicas that Hot Toys produces. Hot Toys is a company from Hong Kong, and they export all these cool looking toys to the US. They're a little pricey, but they're worth it. So I haven't opened this guy yet, so let's open it up, see what's in there. Here is Star-Lord. So put this away. Gonna get this off. Star-Lord, and you can see the likeness of Chris Pratt on his head, and the outfit, very movie accurate. Everything's perfect, just like it was in the movie. So how about we play with them now?
Do that, sweet. Let's wrap them up.
Welcome everybody to Daddy's Game Time. I'm Leo, accompanied by
Rick
And Francisco.
and thank you for joining us again today. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, and I hope you enjoy the show. So, how was your week, Francisco?
You can call me Pancho, okay?
Okay.
My week was fine. I guess we started talking about making our website, our social media presence, if you will. And yeah, we went and now we got an official bona fide website. It's thatisgametime.com.
All right.
So,
Insert
Daddy'sGameTime.com.
yep. So
thatisgametime.com.
we've been slowly updating it with content. We have a few news stories in there. And we also got our Facebook going, which you can go to facebook.com/thatisgametime. Go there and give us a like. Share it with your friends and tell us what you think about the show and everything in general that we've been doing.
Cool. That's awesome.
What about you, Rick?
Let's see, this week I've been painting.
Oh,
Whole lot of
like
painting.
Mario Paint?
Sure. No, real life painting. The
Oh. What's that? What's real?
the kind you
What's
can't
real
do
life?
with little clicks.
How do you paint? Like, does it come pre-mix, or do you have to mix the paint yourself, or?
Do you paint like a pixel at a time?
Yeah. So what I do is, first of all, you got to watch Karate Kid, because or else you don't know how to paint.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, I saw that.
Once you get that out of the way. No, I've been painting at my house, my office, soon to be Daddy Game Time Studios.
Sweet.
Nice.
Something or other. Yeah, so it'll be done hopefully this weekend at the latest, and hopefully next week you guys will see our new recording
Yeah, I'm glad.
studio.
I'm glad you're working on that. I'm anxious to see how it turns out.
I'm hoping it comes out nice.
Cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
How
Well,
about you, Leo?
Meanwhile, at Leo's house, I've been like getting a little bit of sleep only. I've been working on the uploading the Daddy's Game Time pilot episode that we did last week, and working on the graphics, working on getting some of the audio fixed on it, and not only that, but I went ahead and kind of took a gamble, guys. I ordered a professional camera so we can start doing
right.
this, man. And I'll tell you what, cameras can be pretty pricey. Pretty pricey, which is why I got one from eBay used.
Of course.
Which, by the way, thanks to Dengue. I think that was the YouTube, the eBay username, or Dawange, or I think it was the Nigerian prince, to be honest with you.
Except asking for money.
He got money. He got his money.
Well,
Well, he sent you a camera, so I guess that's fair.
thanks to the eBay guarantee and to the PayPal guarantee, I went ahead and decided it was, a calculated risk to go ahead and try to get it. And if it was legit, then I'd keep it and I'd get one at a good price. And man, I was sweating bullets though during those few days that I was waiting for the camera. I was just like, I couldn't sleep. I was just like, still working on the video that we did last week, and I was just thinking to myself, man, I hope I don't get ripped off. Because yeah, it's a few grand down the toilet there.
But let me ask you guys, you shop a lot on eBay. Do you believe that PayPal is secure, that it's safe? eBay in general?
Well, I don't think anything is secure.
Yeah.
I mean, Bank of America got hacked a few years ago, and you could argue that that's probably the most important bank in all the United States. So,
Well, the reason why I ask is because a few years back, I was an active eBay user. I had a PayPal account and everything. But then, I had a few bad experiences that I'm like, I'm not going back to them. I remember I sold a big Masters of the Universe castle. And I sold it for like $110, something like that. So, of course, they send me the payment through PayPal. I'm like, okay, cool, I received it. I send the item, and a week later or whatever, I see that there's a reversal from PayPal because supposedly the person didn't receive the castle. Even though you have to provide tracking information and everything, so PayPal knows that I sent it. Still, they did a reversal because the buyer said that they didn't receive anything. So
like they claim they received maybe a box, but nothing was in it.
Yes. And so, PayPal took my money and I was out of the toy.
Wow.
So,
Are you serious?
Yes. And I don't know how it is now because I don't use it as much anymore. I buy stuff from eBay, but I pay with my card using their PayPal service.
Yeah.
Every time it asks me to sign up, but I don't sign up for them anymore. I just use my credit card. I deal with my bank if anything goes wrong. But back then, they didn't do anything for the seller. It was all the buyer. The buyer had the big thing that if they claim that they didn't receive anything, they got their money back.
Oh man.
Dang. So in regards to that, instead of using PayPal now, there's Google Wallet.
I know, but I don't think eBay accepts that though. I think it's all PayPal.
Oh wow.
Is it because it's just like a brand new thing, or is it just because they got like a contract with PayPal?
eBay owns PayPal. That's why. They don't want competition.
Business.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about that money.
I don't do that much online.
Craig?
No, like any online purchases, very, very rarely. But yeah, like you were saying, I don't think there's anything that's like absolutely safe because, yeah, you've heard of banks. I think life insurance I've heard of before as well. That's also been hacked. So, confidential information can be hacked in any way, shape, or form. So regardless of who and how they claim how secure they are, I mean, it's bound to happen to even the biggest of the companies. So regardless, there's a risk.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, in my case, I lucked out because this guy was legit. Yeah, this dude was legitimate. He not only sent me the camera, but he sent all the accessories that were on his listing, and in addition to the accessories, he also sent me a memory card which was not listed.
Cool.
And those things, the type of memory card it uses is pretty pricey. And in addition to that, he also sent me flash for the camera, like for pictures. And the flash itself, I mean, it looks like a low-end flash, but even the low-end flashes can be pretty pricey.
Yeah.
So, and this is the best part, guys. I checked the actuations count, which is pretty much how many times the shutter opens and closes.
How many pictures they've taken, basically.
Exactly. And it was at 57. 57. That's like taking a car out of the lot with like 100 miles on it.
Sweet.
So, thanks, Nigerian Prince.
So roughly, like, about how many pictures would you expect to have been on there? How many can a camera more or less take before it's done?
Well, first of all, the way the listing was written, it seemed like it was written by somebody whose English is not their first language. it just the English was a little bit, choppy, and so it just said used. It's used camera, which is true. It is pre-owned. It is used. But the guy did write that he had bought it new, like 2 or 3 months ago. And I was like, okay, well, how many pictures could he have taken? It's like, I'm willing to take that risk. And he included like the UPC numbers and all the, the model stuff on the camera. And I was like, okay, I checked them out. They seem legit. I took the risk. I got it. And I was expecting the camera to have somewhere around the range of 500. to maybe 700 images taken on it, and no, it was way better. 57.
57.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and I'm pretty happy so far with it. So we'll see how it turns out.
Sounds to me like the Nigerian prince took a couple selfies, got bored, and sold it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I just mainly got rid of it.
Well, as he wrote
Didn't need your money.
as he wrote on the listings, like I had to meet some financial obligations. So thanks, dude. Daddy's
Can I
game
get
time.
friends?
Daddy's game time.
Thank you
know
from
those-
Daddy's game time.
We know those financial obligations, so.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, dude. So moving on, what's going on in the tech and media world? You know, what's new?
Well,
What's poppin'?
I guess the biggest news.
Crack-a-lackin'.
Don't do that again.
A
Yeah.
little shimmy or just a loud
Both.
voice?
Well, the biggest news is that we reported it on the website actually yesterday. Is that Sony and Marvel may have chosen their Spider-Man. I should say they have 5 picks. They have 5 picks.
It's sexy.
It's
Spider-Man.
it's what they're
It's
called.
raining man.
It's what they call.
Hallelujah. Spider-Man.
Yes. They call it the short list. It's basically when they went through like thousands of people going for the role, that have somehow the look of Spider-Man. There were a lot of people thinking that it was probably going to be Miles Morales. Do you know who Miles Morales is, Leo?
It sounds like a Mexican dude.
What about you, Rick?
I'll let you fill in because I don't want to sound like an idiot trying to.
No, come on.
Like I just did.
He's a Hispanic.
Magician.
Sure.
That's what that was, right?
I know that was spirit fingers, jazz hands. No, wasn't he? Isn't he? Is he like an alternate?
Alternate universe.
Yeah.
From Marvel. It's the Spider-Man from that universe, and he happens to be half Puerto Rican and half black. He looks black, basically.
Dominican.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Darker, skin Hispanic person.
Yeah.
And he's a teenager. He's like I don't know how, probably 16, 17 at most. And he was the Spider-Man of that universe. A lot of people said that since we have so many Peter Parkers already, in the movie business world, that we're gonna go with the black Spider-Man. Of course, there's always the racist comments, and we don't want a black Spider-Man. We want
We
Peter
don't want
Parker.
a black president. They said at some
Exactly.
point.
Spider-Man
But,
president.
Yeah, so
I
that
see
was
the
one of the
connection.
rumors that Disney, Marvel and Sony were gonna go with the black Spider-Man, but that's not the case because the 5 kids that I see here are very
Children.
white, and so they're gonna go play Peter Parker.
Oh.
And
Maybe one of our viewers could be maybe one of their daddies.
It could be your son.
So basically, we have Nat Wolff, Asa Butterfield, Tom Holland, Timothy Chalamet, I don't know, and Liam James. Basically,
Oh, Liam James. That sounds cool.
basically
Like Liam Neeson.
They're all
Can you
kids.
imagine Spider-Man like I don't know what you are or what you do, but I will find you
I don't know if you can see the
And
picture
web you.
right there.
and web you.
Those are the candidates. You can see they're very teenage looking kids.
Zoom in on it.
And see, there you go, guys. That's them.
Oh yeah.
And
That guy looks like a Jonas brother.
which one do
does.
you think it's the most suited for the role?
That dude that looks like Matt Damon.
So that guy, that's
What's
that's
his
Liam
name?
James.
Liam
Liam James?
Liam.
You picked him.
But I just read as we were talking right now that the top contender is this guy right here.
I thought it was the second one.
Nat Wolff. Nat Wolff is the top contender.
Yeah,
And
out of those, I'd say he probably has the best look.
he looks a lot like what's his name that just left the role? The one Amazing Spider-Man.
Garfield.
Garfield. He looks a lot like him, so that's the top
Yeah.
contender right there.
Odie.
So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But one thing I do like is that they're going with an age-appropriate Spider-Man. In
Yeah,
the
that is
comic
cool.
books, he was a teenage kid, basically a sophomore in high school when he got bit. So it'll fit nicely, but effectively that would be the youngest superhero in the Marvel cinematic universe. So,
I like
That
how
sounds pretty cool. I like what they're doing, kind of making him younger.
it's keeping it close to the origin, to how it really is. I've always liked how he's a teen, he's a kid, but even when it was created, it was never Spider-Boy.
correct.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It sounds better that way.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
also.
agree.
So it'll be really cool because he shows up as a cameo in Captain America 3 Civil War. That'll
Wait,
be
he
his
does?
first, yeah, that'll be his first appearance of Spider-Man. So that's why they're scrambling to choose their Spider-Man because
When is
Captain
this?
America 3 already wrapped. So they're just waiting to do like a reshoot or something like that. Or I mean, even if he's just wearing the mask, it'll be fine because we don't have to know who he is.
They could just maybe get a janitor and put on
Exactly.
a mask.
Yeah, whoever. Hey, dude, that's what happened to Han Solo.
Yes,
he
and-
was a carpenter. Harrison Ford was a carpenter working for George Lucas. When George Lucas called him, like, "Hey, come over here. You want to be in movies?" And that's how
that's
he
cool.
started.
And he hit a gold mine.
Exactly.
No, but I don't know. I mean,
Wait, so Harrison Ford didn't have a track record before that?
No,
he started
man.
off like just.
yeah, that was Star Wars. That was his first.
He was like, you just imagine him in a corner, just like, yeah,
he was
with
a
his
carpenter.
with his knife, just like whittling away at him.
like old school carpenter with the knife.
They were probably having
chewing
difficulties.
tobacco.
They're probably having difficulties on the set while they were recording Star Wars.
Exactly.
And he was right there in hammer nails fixing. He's like, "Hey, you got a good physique. Let's throw you in there." No, but I don't know. I mean, could that really work though? Because if they just get some random dude, yeah, they could do a voiceover. You're not gonna really see the face. But would you really be able to see like the structure, like the kid-size head?
I'm sure
the
they
shape?
can fix that. Yeah.
Yeah?
'Cause it can even be CGI. It
That's
doesn't
true.
even have to be a
Yeah.
real person.
I mean,
Well, you
from far
also-
away or something, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna have them
Exactly.
swing by.
You
or
also
something.
have to take into account that what they've been doing with all these movies, it's not just like, oh, right now and that's it. No, they grow these characters over the years, and by the time this guy becomes a real, full-on grown-up
Exactly.
man, he's gonna look the part.
He's going to be
And
Robert Downey Jr. You know how Robert Downey Jr. started the Marvel Cinematic Universe basically with Iron Man.
Yeah.
He went to Iron Man 2 and then they did the Avengers. So now basically everything's built around him.
I know.
But
So with that, now that this news is out there, what does that say for that leaked supposedly trailer or end credit scene?
we also reported it at thatisgametime.com. Basically, we found a scene.
You heard it here.
And
Not
if you don't
first,
want to
but
know, because it could
maybe
be
third.
legit. It could be legit. So if you don't want any spoilers, just shut it off for like 2 seconds or 2 minutes. I mean, basically, yeah, it's a spoiler end credit scene where it shows Spider-Man up in a roof telling window cleaner, you missed a spot or something. In the background, you can see the Avengers Tower, effectively making it seem like it's part of the Avengers 2 movie. And because that movie was already released overseas, it's more credible. But I was telling Rick earlier that anybody nowadays with the skills and computer, graphics or whatever, can effectively make up a scene. And since you're making it look like it came out of a theater, you can blur it out, you can make it imperfect so that you cannot really tell if it's legit or not. So we don't know. I mean, I think it's fake because the director already said that there's not going to be an end credit scene. So I mean, you can tell right away because at the end of the credits is when that scene shows up. So whoever made it or tried to make it legit didn't think of that, and so now automatically makes it fake.
Or what if what they're saying that they're reporting that there isn't going to be the end credit? What if they do an M. Night Shyamalan twist ending on us? And it ends up being...
I like that one. I like where you're going with this. No, it could
Where
be another.
Spider-Man sees dead people.
Well, another reason could be that basically he might be telling us that there's no end credit just to troll us, and there might be, and it might be the one we just saw. I mean, who knows? But that guy just sounds like Andrew Garfield to me. It just sounds just like him. So I'm thinking it's more like a deleted scene from Amazing Spider-Man series, or they just took the voice over and then put it on top of whatever they made. So
Yeah, it could have been from one of his other movies.
Exactly that too.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Either way, true or not, fake, real, doesn't matter. It looks cool. I like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That clip was kind of cool.
and he'll have his own movie in 2017. So following Civil War.
Now, is Sony making the movie?
Sony and Marvel, they're both. They're
Finally,
doing a partnership. Yeah,
finally getting it
because
done.
Sony's not gonna let go of the character. That's their money.
Yeah, money maker.
Money thing
Yeah.
right there. So
Sony.
So at least that's good
Marvel.
that they're actually partnering. Yeah, exactly.
Heart mended.
I need my hands, guys.
So that's basically our biggest news of the week. Other than that, I mean,
I don't know if this is news or not, but it was news to me. Yesterday, I read something online about Joss Whedon. Is that the
yeah,
director's
that's the
name?
director of the Avengers. Yeah,
Being linked to directing a Star Wars film.
he wants to.
Yeah.
I read about that too. He wants to be part of it, and I mean, if they already chose JJ, I don't see why they wouldn't choose Joss because he's geek.
Yeah.
He is bona fide, and
So
and that'd be really cool.
Is this something as like they're planning to make another?
It's a trilogy, Rick.
I know, but I mean, if they're gonna go with J.J. Abrams on the first one?
Yeah, he's only doing that one. JJ is not coming back.
okay,
He already
yeah.
said he's not coming
okay.
back.
They're going the route with like the original trilogy where each movie
Was
had a
directed
different
by
director.
They're gonna try out like a different
Yeah.
style. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna do the trilogy.
No,
okay.
just the first one. Yeah.
I would love to see in the new trilogy to see, how the original trilogy was like, the establishing movie, then you had the dark
Where the
grim
bad guys
movie
win.
where the bad guys are winning, and then at the end you have the
resolution of the
resolution of everything. It would be so cool, I think, if they got like somebody who's experienced in making like extremely depressing movies to do episode 2.
I know.
Don't you think that would be awesome?
Dude, there would be like a depression in the movie. Just
Exactly. Like all the original cast members of the original trilogy just get blasted away.
So they make it black and white. There's like no actual color.
Yeah. Yeah, like pretty much like, I don't know, what's the saddest movie I can think of? Schindler's List.
Oh my God, no, dude, no.
Like, but with Star Wars characters.
Star Wars Holocaust.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you see a little girl running around in a red hood.
Oh God, no. That's
Like
that's,
Schindler's
that's
List.
So would that be like?
It would be the gun gangs, the ones that are being killed.
Oh, jeez, man. That's terrible.
Just totally
Wow.
eliminate
dying.
No, that would make if it was them, I don't think it'd be that much of a terrible movie.
Make a little,
I'm Junjun.
Exactly.
a little comical there, yeah. Not
No,
as
dude, but you know
depressing.
what I really, really want to know? What George Lucas thinks of this new trailer or teaser.
Oh man, I don't know.
It's really sad though because
I used to have that guy's opinion in high regard, but then he made the newer trilogy, and it just kind of, it just didn't hit home with me, and I was just kind of like, okay, he's more human now.
Well, you know what the thing is that when he sold, the Star Wars or everything Lucasfilm
When he
to
cashed
Disney,
out.
he practically just told Disney, you know what, if you guys need me as a creative consultant or whatever, I can come and help with the new movie. And the Kathleen Kennedy, who's in charge of Lucasfilm, says like, yeah, definitely we will, because you created the characters, after all. But when they got JJ, they didn't call George. I think he feels betrayed. And for the longest time, people kept asking him, have you seen the teaser, the first teaser, the one that came out? And he's like, no, I haven't seen it. And I guess his excuse was that he wanted to see it in a movie theater because that's how they're meant to be seen.
Well, yeah.
But
But
he said,
I would be, I don't know. Wouldn't he be one of those people that get like a special type of screening?
exactly,
like,
that's what I
invited
mean.
At least to
That's
a
what I
screening
mean.
like that.
And apparently not. And finally he broke down and he said he saw it and he said like, I liked it, But now I would like to know what he thinks of this new one if he has seen it yet, because it's amazing, especially when Han and Chewie are revealed. So that'd be interesting.
Wouldn't it be awesome if like at the end of the credits after you watch the movie and everything, you really find out that the BB-8 was just like Cristiano Ronaldo the whole time. Like he just like he has like him. He's in a green suit and like he's like dribbling the ball, you know, with the little robot head on it the whole time.
Just kicking it around.
Yeah, he's just trolling you guys right now. Don't listen to him. But instead of trolling us,
overactive imagination. Sorry, guys.
Right now, the big news today, it seems that we now have a look at our Joker. Our new Joker, as you know, Jared Leto, the guy from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, are you talking about Batman Joker or are you talking about a Cholo Joker?
Suicide Squad is the movie where the Joker will be introduced.
All right.
And I just want to show you guys, this is the new look. I don't know if you can guys, if you can see it.
Zoom in, camera guy.
And and I just want to show Leo to see what do you think of the new Joker.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That is the first official photo of the Joker in full custom getup.
It just man.
That is the Joker.
He seems more punk, gothic, emo type rather than what we were used to. Like, I mean, I get it. Each one tries to introduce something different.
Yeah,
I really liked.
They're going dark. They're going crazy.
It's so dark. They're going.
but that doesn't look dark to me. That just looks
that looks
like
psychotic. Like, you know, like really crazy.
Know.
I mean,
It looks too cartoony though.
Kinda.
That's my first reaction, but you know, at the end of the whole thing, it's how good is the actor?
Right.
How demented he can appear to be.
Heath Ledger pretty much did a great job.
Yeah.
That Joker above all, I think, has been the best.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Hands
like you're
down.
saying, it depends on his acting.
This
on his
thing
skill.
has like a Clockwork Orange feel to it, you know?
Yes.
Like this dude, like with the makeup on his eyes, the way he has it. I don't know. It just
The other one,
kind of interesting.
yeah, and the other one that I'm actually very.
This one has to grow on me. I gotta see the actor like acting out as the Joker.
You know what this?
And he just seems like a dude from a band right now.
You know what this kind
decided
of
to
reminds
put on
me
a
of?
glove and some, you know.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? If you got Brad Pitt from Fight Club and threw a Joker costume on him, it just reminds me of just like some dude ready to brawl.
Yeah,
That's just what it reminds me of.
This is like UFC Joker.
Well, there's that. I can't wait to see what Will Smith looks like as Deadshot. He will be playing Deadshot.
Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Huh?
You know, summertime. Yes.
So
Okay,
is this going to be, hold on, real quick, like little side segment on that. Is this going to be continuing with the Batman as Ben Affleck?
Same universe. Yes.
Yes. Which a lot of people don't like, but I do.
And you know, everybo's entitled to their opinion. So.
Yeah, even if my opinion is wrong.
As you said it with the Joker, it all comes down to...
Which, by the way, guys, I enjoyed Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles. Damn it. Which, my opinion just goes out the window.
Faith pound.
Why did you have to go that way?
It's like we're doing so good, and then he has to mention the stupid Ninja Turtles from Michael Bay. It's like, dude.
Look, I just want to be transparent with our audience and let them know that my taste in movies isn't always the best, you know. And
well, I'm glad that you recognize
that,
it.
you know?
I'm glad that you actually recognize
You know, I
that.
went that movie with extremely low standards. Extremely low.
And you should have kept them there. You should have just kept them
They're
there.
I was expecting like the Dragon Ball Z movie, you know.
Nothing can be worse than that.
Or like the Tekken movie, the terrible Tekken movie that came out.
Oh god.
You went to go see that movie, Leo?
And then Michael Bay just like boom, he busted out the like Ninja Toads and he's like, you know,
Leo, you went to go see that movie, but a part of you never came back.
Probably. I'm like a part of me is in another dimension right now.
Piece
crying.
of your soul was lost there. You know, I like the Ninja Turtles. It's awesome. It's great. It's cool. Honestly, I didn't like what those turtles looked like, but I figured, okay, I'll still watch the movie. I'll give it a shot. I fell asleep during the movie.
There you go.
I never fall asleep on movies. No matter how tired, I fell asleep on that movie. So
Okay. Well,
It's not good, Neil.
I've gone to a few times to the movie theater and slept during movies.
When you pay for a movie ticket.
Where I paid
Oh, God.
full price for a movie ticket.
No.
I
That's
think
the worst thing you can
one of
do.
the first ones was possibly X-Men 3, which was a terrible movie.
Well, yeah,
I
can give you
convinced my poor wife. I convinced her for us to
God.
stay at the drive-in for the second showing.
that. You're trying to
And
get it
usually-
into liking comics.
And usually,
you know,
usually
you
the
failed.
second showing ends around 12 or 1 a.m. So she was kind of sleepy, and I was like, oh, let's stay, let's watch X-Men 3. I haven't seen it, blah blah.
Oh my God.
So I convinced her to stay. And I slept through half the movie. And when I woke up, she was still watching it.
Well, wow, at
eating,
least she was interested in it.
And she was like, you missed the whole movie.
She's like,
I was like,
popcorn.
oh man, I couldn't stay awake. You know, I was like
And then she's
rubbing
all-
my eyes.
And she's all, you're still washing the dishes tomorrow. That's how you convince her. Huh?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well, let's hope that you're.
So my original question
Okay.
was gonna be, who is Deadshot?
Oh, Deadshot is a villain in the DC universe. Mostly, he fights against Batman. You know, he's the best shot there is in the universe. He's kind of like a sniper guy, I guess you could say, and he can make a shot from anywhere.
Like Revolver Ocelot.
There you go, exactly, basically.
Nice.
And he has, well, there's been various incarnations of the character, but basically the one that people know the most is that he has a surgically implanted, kind of like a sniper rifle lens instead of an eye.
Kind of like Kano from Mortal Kombat.
There you go, exactly. So,
Does Deadshot, thank you, Leo. Deadshot on the Arrow series, right?
yes.
That's the same character.
Yes.
But yeah, I just hope they make him look better than what that Deadshot looked like.
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
So yeah, Will Smith should make him look good.
Yeah. Well, plus Will Smith has some experience playing a superhero. Remember that?
Oh,
that
Hancock.
one. Yeah, Hancock. At that college we went to a long time ago.
Oh yeah, Alan Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie
Alright.
was I.
It was
It was entertaining.
It was I.
It was entertaining.
alright.
But yeah, like
The
I was
only movie
saying-
I've ever seen, I think, where he cusses. Cussed like once in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think he said a cuss word. I think.
I think a part of him died too. Then.
Exactly. That's where he started going downhill. No, but since you're not that good at giving movie advice, how about daddy's advice?
Okay, this week's daddy advice is gonna be about how to budget to spend on that video game that you really want.
Well, maybe not how to. I think it's more of
Your
how,
own experience.
How do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like our own experience.
Yeah.
Don't follow what we
That
say
Greg.
to the Greg. So, how do you budget?
I mean, you have what? 3 kids. You have 2 little girls, a little boy.
Okay, I'm gonna be straight up forward with you guys.
Because sometimes you don't even feed them, dude. And that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be forward with you guys. This is the way I see it. If it's something for my family, I'll try to go all out and spend on them. But when it's something for me, I try to really limit myself.
That's when you get one of this. You don't know what you're going to get.
Well, I try to
Life
limit
is like a box of chocolates, that kind of.
Exactly.
I just try to limit like my personal spending for my my own entertainment, because I know that like if I buy a video game for me, it's not something I'm gonna share with the rest of my family. So I see it as almost as being like I'm getting something for me and being a little greedy in a way. But at the same time, I understand that, you know, everybody has their own needs. And sometimes it just happens to be a good video game that I'm interested in. And so what I'll do is this, you know, a new game comes out. I really am looking forward to it. But I say, you know what? I tell myself, it's all about putting myself in a certain mindset. And our light just went out, but it's okay, because we're going to continue recording.
Okay.
In the not so dark.
This game is so dark. Maybe it's the Joker.
Exactly.
The Joker just struck, guys. So where was I? Yeah, budgeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're waiting for a good game.
yeah, I'm waiting for a good game, and I'm no longer at the age where I have to have it now. I'm at the age where it's like, oh, I got this backlog of other games that I haven't played yet that I own.
Got like 6 at home.
I'm gonna go ahead and just go into my log of games and play them, and it helps me be patient for when the game does drop. I usually have a sweet spot when it comes to like, okay, this is a good price for this game. So lately it's been $15. If it's $15, boom, you know, that's a good price. Get the game. But I like I said before, I get used stuff on Craigslist a lot of the time, so I'll wait that way. But also, depending on the game, sometimes, you know, developers deserve to be compensated for all their hard work in making a great game. So I might even wait a little bit longer and wait for it to go on a legitimate like sale at a brick and mortar store where it's not a pre-owned game, where it's a brand new game. Or PlayStation Plus has been amazing. I don't know why more developers aren't more willing to let their properties go on sale, you know, because there comes a certain point where they're just not going to be making that much money off of it. But if they just slash the price,
make some instead of none.
It's like boom, just like that final little boost in their sale, and then just, you know, call it a day after that. Because anyway, they're gonna be moving on to like the sequel or whatever their next project is. So yeah.
Talking about backlogs, so what's your backlog look like? An example about how many games?
Man, I got
what you got going on in there?
Oh, it's terrible, man. I buy games like women buy shoes sometimes.
And it's true.
Oh man, yeah. I got
one for every day. For every outfit.
If you combine the number of digital games that I've gotten over the years,
oh god,
on like extreme sales, I'm talking about like 80% off.
Thanks to you, I wasn't even counting those on mine. No,
yeah,
now I realize I have a whole bunch.
Like, you know, those sales. And when you count the games that I've actually physically bought, I think I probably have a backlog of like 40 to 50 games that I still haven't played. But then again, a lot of those games are the type of games that you don't have to like beat, you know, campaign. A lot of them are fighting games where you don't have to beat. You just pick it up, play it casually, and put it down,
yeah,
and just
those are always cool. You know,
yeah,
like quick release.
Yeah, quick release games.
Yeah, stress release. Okay.
Okay.
Perverts.
Good thing on your clarification there. So you can take those out of your log then, because that's just kind of like a little bonus game. That's just a
yeah. But still, I'm still left with probably like 30 to 40 games that I have to like play campaigns on.
What's your backlog look like, Pancho?
Oh god, well, let me see. I got the Lego games. We got Lego The Hobbit. We got Lego Batman 3. Then we have my Red Dead Redemption. How long did I start playing that game? I never finished it.
Dude, I thought you were done with that one.
No.
I played that game also for an hour and then just put it away and was like, oh, that game was awesome.
I know,
to play
it's really cool. Well, the thing is that, you know, it's made by the people that makes Grand Theft Auto games. And, you know, they're known for having the big environments and everything like that. But the thing is that it's set in the Wild West. There's not much to be developed other than just empty spaces.
Oh, there's the Grand Canyon.
Exactly. And so you kind of get like a sense of like, what am I doing? Kind of reminds me of Zelda, Windwaker. I don't know if you guys remember, or do you ever play that game? It's like when you're sailing, there's nothing but ocean, you know, and it kind of gets tedious after a while.
Let me tell you about that last time I tried to play that game. I had pre-ordered that game back in, you know, my younger days.
2002, I believe is when it came out.
I pre-ordered that game and I started playing it and I was thinking like, man, this game's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And
it is though, the ending, it's like the best ending.
You know, and I started playing it. I think I played like the first hour of it and I put it down. And then the next time I picked it up, I'm not kidding you guys, I probably had like 105 fever. And I was drinking that scissor up.
Yeah, you were drinking the juice.
Yeah. So I just remember being there like just, you know, my controller and playing it, and I was like and just dozing off, and then I'd wake up and I was in a dungeon and I'd run, and then suddenly like I'm like, why is my dude running against the wall? And why am I not stopping? And then I'd crash out, and then I'd wake up like 2 hours later, and the dude's still running up against the wall. I was like, oh man. And then so I'd keep playing. I'd jump up on a thing, and then I'd doze off again, just like randomly. And finally, after a few hours of that, I just went like, okay, it's time for me to put this away and actually get some real rest instead of trying to play. But yeah, I tried to play through
No, I did finish that
105
game.
Fever and
Yeah, but that's what that Red Dead Redemption reminds me of, is that the empty spaces, and I guess that kind of turned me off from it, so that's why I put it away. And then GTA 5 came out, and I was all about GTA.
Dude,
I finished that, but I also have the Resident Evil 5 game, 5, Rick. I don't need. I have 6. But I haven't even downloaded it because it's in my download.
In your queue to download.
Exactly.
I still remember that we bought that game on a Black Friday,
Yes.
or you bought that game on a Black
and that
Friday.
Was like 4 or 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
And me thinking.
So there you go, guys.
And I was just thinking to myself like, dude, you got it for $20.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
And that's like $5. So it's like, even if I waited this long, it would have been fine, even better.
5 years later, it's still in its wrapping.
So that brings up another point then.
It's still wrapped. I haven't even opened it.
To combine both topics here, budgeting and backlogging, where would you say...
Where do you draw the line?
You got to find a balance because your backlog is 30, 40
You're just
games.
being a hoarder. It's basically what you are, Leo.
Yeah.
You're just being a hoarder.
So all
you
these
have a
games
problem.
that you have...
And this is a secret intervention
waiting
that he doesn't know about.
Family, everybody come.
Exactly. Everybody come
So,
in.
you got all this list of games that you're going to want to play, and you're paying a decent deal, as you said, 80%, 90% off, whatever the sale or special is. But yeah, you're still paying $10 to $15 for whatever title, where you're not even going to play for, who knows, 2-3 years, maybe even longer. By then, maybe it'll be $5. So
It's true. I've seen that happen.
where would you say enough is enough, or I gotta, cut back on this, or,
Yeah, I've
you're
already
right.
made up my mind that I will not buy any more games unless I'm done with the ones I have right now.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's my,
That's
New Year's
Pancho?
resolution.
Man.
That's some daddy's advice right there.
There you go, guys.
So,
Shame on you, Leo.
little quick side,
Just kidding.
little quick side story, since you mentioned about the being sick playing Windwaker. So,
By the way, our light came back on.
oh,
Snap, son.
look at that. That was pretty cool. You got a
Nice.
clap on? Yeah. Okay. Before we go off to that story, me
Side story to the side story, guys.
backlogging,
Oh, gosh.
all that again.
It's like Inception.
See, I'm into RPGs, MMORPGs,
Ooh, you
action
promise?
adventures. Only if it's.
You never know.
So MMORPGs, action adventure,
Male or
first-person
female
shooters.
characters?
We already went over this last. Yeah, come on, Leo, get with it. So
That's
my
just an Easter egg
backlog.
to our pilot episode.
My backlog
You guys
is
ruined it.
very short because all the games that I play are meant to be played over and over and over.
Oh God.
So, anyways, now from there, MMORPGs, World of Warcraft. I used to play that game quite a bit.
You actually pay a monthly fee?
I did it like intervals. I'm not the type where I pay like all year and play for many years now. I like that game. It's fun. It's enjoyable. But at the most, I probably only played for like a span of maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe. But anyways, so story on that. So one day, oh crap, this was I think this was Christmas, on a Christmas. So I'm home. I'm sick. Little baby Jesus. I'm home and I'm sick. Like a bad cough, like a really bad cough. I think I was getting a fever that day. So my family is leaving to go to Christmas party and be all together, whatever. and I decide like, no, I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna stay home and I'm just gonna rest and whatever.
Yeah.
So
He's gonna rest. He's gonna play games.
no, I actually, well, yes, of course.
Christmas
Yes.
with the family.
That's resting.
Games.
That's resting. How else do you rest? So anyways, no, I did get a couple hours, maybe like an hour of sleep and rest. So when I wake up, everybody's gone. I'm like, cool, house to myself. So I'm in the room on the computer.
I can picture Rick doing the risky business scene inside the room.
So
On Christmas.
Exactly.
So I'm playing. I'm playing for like 20, 30 minutes. And of course, I still have a cough. The fever is pretty much done. I'm good on that, but I have like this really bad cough. So I'm playing the game, and I'm like coughing like crazy over here, like a smoker's cough. And so I'm playing, I'm having fun or whatever. So a little bit about the game: you could do raids where you get these huge ass groups together, and you go in this huge instance or dungeon. You got to go in with like a huge group so you can actually get stuff. Well,
Do they have rad ass weapons?
Rad ass weapons. So normally there's guilds and groups and all this other stuff, and there's schedules. Well, I never joined. I never bothered. I just, like I said, I just play and casually, whatever. Well, this one time it was a Friday. Usually raids and stuff like that happens on Friday nights. I was homesick. I'm playing. I'm like, let's do it. I'm gonna, so I just, managed to get into a group. And this was my first time, the very first time that I ever went into one of these raids. So I knew nothing about how it works, how to do it, and how long it's gonna take, and this and that. So, all right. So I'm in there. It takes a long time to prep because guys are getting in there, they're getting all their equipment, getting all together, voice chatting, and all this other stuff. So all this time, I'm coughing like crazy. So
I can just imagine the dude on the other end going like,
the heck?
and then they hear,
Well, no,
they hear Rick's like Rick on the microphone going like,
I don't use the voice. I don't use.
Speaking
the
of microphones, every time I play GTA with this guy, I have my headset on.
You hear him
he
going
claims
like,
to have he claims to have his headset on.
I have a bad headset.
But he never talks to me. But I can hear everything that's happening in his house. I hear his kid. I hear his wife when they come into the room.
When it works, I'm talking to you.
But he never talks to me.
I'm
It's like,
hey, Pancho,
I'm like,
hey, Pancho. So, anyways,
he's the silent killer.
yes.
so all right, so the group is going on. We're gonna start at whatever time. I don't know. It's like it's lagging. It's taking forever. Well, I figured, okay, I'm gonna take some medicine or something for this cough in the meantime. So I go to the kitchen, I go to the cupboard. I'm looking for cough syrup. I don't find anything. The only thing I found was a child's prescription cough syrup.
Grandpa's old cough medicine.
Oh man,
No.
I think I know where this story is going.
Legit, cough syrup, not no remedy or anything. At the time, I was living with my brother, his wife, their kids. My nephew was, like 2, maybe 3 years old. So it was like baby cough syrup. So I figured, how bad can it be? So I just, take a swig, go back to the room, and I'm like, yeah, it's working. So I'm like waiting. And of course, this group is still building, and it's taking forever. 20, 30 minutes later, I'm like, come on, this is taking forever. Well, side effects start kicking in. I get drowsy. So I'm like at the keyboard, like, ready to play, and I'm just kind of like, doing one of these things. I don't know how much, like, I lost track of time, but I was like so eager, like this was gonna be the first raid I was ever gonna be in. It's gonna be awesome. I'm like falling asleep at the keyboard. I'm like, forget
My
this.
guy's still walking into the wall.
Quit.
I can just imagine Rick like that famous video, Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. No, well, I didn't do anything like that. We didn't even start the group. I don't know how long it took after that. I just exited, logged out, fell asleep, and.
No man.
Cool. That was awesome. I like
Yeah.
your story, Rick. Made me happy.
Well,
I'm glad.
well, speaking of World of Warcraft, what do you guys think of the new Daredevil series?
Because it makes so much sense to make the transition
Right to Daredevil.
from World War to Daredevil.
I liked it.
Dude, Daredevil, freaking awesome. Netflix and Marvel. Oh, dude.
I liked it. See, I have to limit what I can say because these jerks over here haven't finished watching it. So
I'm like
Yeah,
on
you gave
episode
us-
6 or 7.
You gave us 2 days notice.
No, but it's
to
funny
watch
though.
the whole series.
It's funny
Binge
because I told this
watching.
too. I started watching it first, and I told them too, go watch it, and they watch it, and Rick finishes it.
Wait.
I'm like-
How
I'm
long
like-
how long is the series? First of all, because I'm on episode 5 right now.
13 episodes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm about a third of the way there.
I'm like halfway.
Okay, so I knew of the series. I knew that it was there. Every time you go on Netflix, what's new? Daredevil. I know it
yeah,
was there.
yeah.
But I had what I was watching. I forgot what I was
Video
watching.
Game High School.
Yes. Video game.
Video
High
game.
School.
I
High School.
actually
Funny.
started watching that
Yeah,
show
that's pretty
after these
good.
two kept telling me to watch it.
Funny.
First episode is funny.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
pretty
it's a
funny.
funny show.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to Daredevil. So, yes, I watched it. I saw all 13 episodes, and like I said, I can't really say much about it.
In half a day. He watched them all in half a day.
No.
How is
was
that
like,
possible? I don't know.
It was like
Rick was like,
More than
play.
no, it was like 5 or 6 days. Like in 5 or 6 days, I watched them. But anyways, so I won't say too much about what the show is. I'll talk about just in general the experience. Like I told you guys, I don't know why the hell they don't make more series episode-wise instead of movies.
I'm sure
That's
they will.
freaking
after
awesome.
this.
I thought it was amazing. Way better than the movie. And I think, as you said, that movie doesn't exist.
No, it does not. We don't
the-
talk about that.
the Ben Affleck.
No, dude. No. He's Batflick. That's it.
Affleck.
That's it.
So yes, that's all I can really say because all the other stuff that happens in the end, I can't really comment on that because of these jerks over here. So I'll stop right there.
No, it's cool though because what I like about this series is the fact that I don't know if you noticed, Leo doesn't watch it as much. You do, like regular TV series. Let's put like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as an example. Those episodes, when they're shown on regular TV with commercials, it always builds up to like oh, let's, something's happening,
Yep.
and keeps building, and then they stop, commercial break. It's like little cliffhangers here and there, and every so many minutes, like every 5-6 minutes, commercial break. So then it doesn't let you build up to the end. This series, though, with this series, it starts from the beginning and it starts slow, and I actually like that because it's just like the comic books. The comic books for Daredevil, especially, is a lot of inner monologue. A lot of his thoughts is always shown on the comic. There's not a lot of action. Same with this episode.
Well, I have to disagree with that though, because I think each episode so far has hooked you in with something that has
with
action.
dialogue, though, if you
And
notice,
it's
like
either
the first
action
half,
or dialogue.
Yeah, the first
Like,
half
for example,
of the episode.
Well, they
I-
have to put
I
some
just-
action into it because
Yeah.
obviously if it gets too boring,
I
it's
saw
not
one of the
Exactly.
like the very first thing you see. It's like him in a black mask and he beats up a bunch of dudes. I'm talking about episode 1. So he beats up a bunch of dudes. Like first, like
the way there.
like first-
episode.
like first, and this is like the first like I don't know, first minute that you see of this Daredevil thing. You don't even know what's going on yet, but it happens and you're hooked. Like instantly, like oh wow. Wow,
the
this-
hallway fight
hallway
scene, like
scene.
the second,
That's
Oh,
the
that's
second
like the
episode?
second,
Second
or
episode.
third, yeah.
last act of the second episode, and that's what I mean. It built up to that.
Uh-huh.
The first like half or whatever, it's about setting up what's happening, the conflict,
Each-
the problem, and then it ends
Each
it.
episode
One cliffhanger
has a
not
really
many.
good payoff at the end.
Exactly,
Each
that's what I
episode is
mean.
almost like they almost seem to follow the cinema 3-act structure.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
exactly.
And it just works. And this is the beautiful thing about these new shows that are being put on Netflix is that they don't have the type of restrictions that you get on network television,
Exactly.
and it's so much better. And the directors, I think, are given better
more freedom.
leeway, to tell the stories as they should be told. You know.
But what I like the most about it, though, is that it's also set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which basically, Marvel, I'm looking at you, if you don't put Matt Murdock in Civil War, you're missing a great deal of opportunity here.
You hear that, Marvel?
Because not only is Daredevil the one character up to now that has a secret identity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it goes with the whole conflict because it's about registration, heroes registration, and if you know anything about Civil War, it's basically Iron Man and Captain America, duking it out, because Iron Man agrees with the government having control over who's who superhero is who, and their identity and where they live. And Captain America doesn't want that. They want them to be able to have their own identity.
Superheroes Anonymous.
Exactly. And now you have Matt Murdock as he's been introduced, and he's just a masked man. You know, nobody knows who he is, and he doesn't want people to know who he is. So basically, missed opportunity if you don't put him there. And I'm pretty sure they will. Because when you look over at DC, you have Batman versus Superman coming out. And basically, they're going to also introduce, from what we heard, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and The Flash. DC television already has a Flash TV show, but they're gonna get a brand new Flash.
Oh, they are?
Exactly.
Right.
Oh,
because
man.
TV and movies in their world do not mix. That's what I mean.
They're not capitalizing
exactly.
on that.
And I can guarantee, I can almost bet the whole house that Marvel will put Daredevil in maybe Avengers 3 or 4. You know, they have to. They just have to, especially because this superhero is actually well made. You know, it's not just a TV show superhero. And I don't know if you've seen, Rick, but in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., spoiler, Nick Fury shows up.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's the first crossover they've done from movie to TV world.
See, at first when I saw that, wasn't it like the second to last episode or something like that? When I saw that, I thought it was like a look-alike.
No,
like Nick Fury.
Him. Yeah.
But I thought it wasn't. Was it Samuel L. Jackson? I didn't think it was him. I thought it was just someone that sounded, looked like him. Because I think they kind of, from far away, kind of over the shoulder, they did kind of like sketchy-ish kind of little shots. But then all of a sudden, like, bam, Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson. I was like, holy crap.
Exactly.
Whoa.
And that's what I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure that Daredevil will show up in the movies at one point. And the other thing that I don't like about DC is that they already changed Batman on us. They're building on the same universe, kind of like gritty, dark, whatever that the Dark Knight was set on, and they gave us Man of Steel. But now they're giving us a completely different Batman. And it's kind of like, we don't know who this Batman is, you know, we don't have that connection.
Now, is that on the side of the DC that they wanted to change Batman, or is that also because, what's his name?
Christian Bale wanted more money. That's so he wanted more money.
I thought he just didn't want to be part of it.
At first he didn't want to. Later on he said like, okay, I'll do it if you give me this much money. And DC, Warner Brothers pretty much said like, F no. And it makes you think back to Iron Man. Iron Man at one point wanted more money too.
So the second
Marvel, but Marvel knew this is our guy. We have to give him what he wants.
These are a gold mine.
Exactly. And
the franchise.
Yeah, but that, I mean, yes, that's awesome because it keeps it more realistic in a way. Like, you know, it keeps that story going. But yeah, on the other side, I should say, what about the other actors? Because they let go of that one other guy, right? Because I think they were trying to spin it off that he also wanted more money or something like that. But in reality, he was saying, you guys made a contract. You guys were paying us X amount. And because he's complaining and wants more, you're going to break the contract for him, but not for us. Kind of like equal thing. So on that part too, it's like, I get it. Like, yeah, loyalty, trust, whatever between the workers and production and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, switching characters or actors.
How cool would it have been to have seen Christian Bale with this Superman? You know, like, we know Christian Bale, we know that Batman, you know, you get that connection. But,
American Psycho.
It would have been awesome, I think.
Yes.
But I'm still pretty excited about Batfleck. Because he's just so huge.
It's just, it just doesn't grab me as much as it would have, you know, it's just, it looks cool, it's like, but it's meh, you know, it's like whatever.
No, but at the same time, it's like, he hasn't built that rapport with the fans as Batman.
Well, just like you said with the Joker, it all depends on his acting.
Yeah, I mean, we have to wait and see.
It's a wait and see.
Yeah, but the full
Batfleck, you're a wait and see.
You know, going back to Daredevil, which was original topic.
Pinky face. Do that face.
You know, Netflix already renewed Daredevil, so there will be a season 2. Not only that, but at the end of this year, we get AKA Jessica Jones, which is also part of the same Daredevil neighborhood. And then we get next year, Netflix also with Marvel are doing Luke Cage, which is another character from that same, you know, vicinity. And at the very end, they're gonna do the Defenders, which is basically Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones. So it's the response to the Avengers, in other words. So we're gonna get to know these characters in their own, and then there's gonna be their group series. So can you imagine by 2017, 2018, 2019 even, having all these superheroes on the big screen on the Infinity Gauntlet?
That would be awesome.
I like how
I'm looking forward to that.
back in 2005, 6, when all
Iron Man
these
came out.
when all these were coming out, and then they had like a timeline for us, and it seemed like it's gonna take forever to get there. But now that we're here and all these movies are already passed, and we're like, oh, awesome, cool movies. Now for the next timeline, it's like,
Because we have Ant-Man coming out this year.
Now it's like, man, it's kind of, at least for me, it was
Like
it's just
saturated, it feels like a lot,
no,
but it's not.
Now I'm even thinking to myself, like, man, that's like overwhelming, like overstimulating. It's like walking through the doors for the first time
It's just
into
Marvel all the time.
Disneyland. It's just like,
Marvel all the time. It's
yeah.
Marvel time.
Eddie Murphy should make a song about that.
But,
Marvel all the
So,
time.
even
Marvel
even
all the
Ant-Man, I think
time.
that looks pretty cool too. I'm yeah, can't wait for that one. That was a pretty good one. Looks good.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, any games been playing this week?
Actually, no, really, I haven't really been playing games at all.
No?
Oh no, I did play.
Yeah.
It plays Destiny.
I'm playing,
What?
I'm playing
Destiny.
Destiny. A little bit.
No,
of
actually,
Destiny.
I have not played Destiny in like over a week.
No Destiny.
Close to
no?
2 weeks, actually.
2 weeks.
No, I did play the other day. Dante's Inferno.
Oh,
$3 on the PSN network.
PSN. Thank you.
Or
PSN Plus.
PS Plus. PS Plus.
No,
yeah,
I don't
so-
have PS Plus, but I still got it for $3.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
flash
right.
sale.
Flash sale.
Flash sale. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, so I downloaded it, played it for about an hour or so, 2 hours maybe,
Oh wow,
all night,
it's a long time
and
for me anyway.
it was pretty fun. It's a good game. It reminds me a lot of God of War and all that, same.
It's the same
it's
mechanics.
the same
Yeah.
mechanics. Yeah.
Man,
At the
fun
time, it seemed like that game was supposed to be a filler while people were waiting for God of War 3.
game. Really?
Yeah, I remember because when that game was about to release, they put out a demo on the PlayStation Network,
Oh,
and
that's
I
right, we
downloaded
got
it.
that, yeah.
I downloaded it and played the heck out of it, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be awesome!"
Still not paying $50 for
But
that
it's-
game.
yeah,
Put it on the backlog.
but then at the same time, I was like, "Yeah, but it's a ripoff of God of War."
See, what if you would have bought it $50 then, and you'd
Exactly.
barely be playing it right now when you could have bought it at $3.
$3. Exactly. See, guys? See? Perfect example.
Budget.
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 All
Yeah,
right,
man.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
we covered everything we needed to cover.
Yeah. Well, what about you? What games
I'm
have
not
you
playing
been
any
playing?
games right now. Just FIFA once in a while. You
Yeah.
know, free time. Yeah, 20 minutes here and there. All right, let's do a game of FIFA, and that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, I did. I do play on the phone.
Angry Birds, Star Wars Edition,
No,
Sudoku.
no. Dang, why can't I think? Hearthstone. It's
Oh, I heard that game's addicting.
it's World of Warcraft card game. It's kind of like
One
Magic.
of those.
Yeah.
One of those. That's actually fun. I like it. It's actually pretty cool. I do
I like
that.
Puzzle Fighter.
Oh, that game was awesome.
Yeah. 99 cents I got it for.
Oh, really? When?
A while back, it was on a flash sale, the Capcom flash sale on
yeah.
PSN.
Yeah, I think that's when I was first new to the PS Plus thing. and
When he
stuff
didn't
and
know
all.
how to use it and take advantage of it.
Yeah. He was our
We taught him
Padawan.
well.
Yeah. He was our Padawan. Hopefully, he won't turn into our Vader.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I saw that Titanfall was on sale for PC, and I figured
It
like,
didn't impress me that much.
I'll check it out. And for for $7, I'll check it out. So I went ahead and downloaded it, and man, the experience just reminded me of why for the longest time I was turned off by PC gaming. First time.
So it wasn't a good experience, folks.
No, not at first. It took a long time to be able to even get started. Well, they required the EA Origin account to be made, and I already had one linked with my PSN account from playing FIFA
Yeah.
FIFA, yeah.
and the EA games on PlayStation 3. Well, so I already had an Origin account, and I was able to log in using my PSN, and I was able to get the codes in for my game that I had purchased. But then when it was time to download it, I had to download their software onto my computer, which I did, and that was no problem. But then you have to log in. And when you log in, it doesn't give you an option to log in with your PSN information. You have to have like an actual
origin
account.
Yeah.
And so that's when I was like, dude, I don't have one. And it doesn't give me an option to log in using my PS.
Exactly.
So it was a nightmare. I Googled around and I tried to see if I could figure out a way to do this, but no, I finally had to go through the customer service, and the dude told me like 20 times before anything actually got done. He's like, "Oh yes, I'll help you." He's like, okay, stop telling me you're gonna help me. Just please help me.
But does that have anything to do really with the PC gaming, or was that just the subscription, the account
start playing
associated with it?
Just imagine, it's like
you can't do anything unless you sign up.
Yeah, you have to sign up, but the problem is I was already signed up, but they didn't tell me I had to sign up in a different way. And
two forms of ID, please.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this guy had to do something on the back end of things to be able to fix that for me. So I got everything set, and it was good. And I'm like, okay, now I can download the game. Boom, 20 gig download. No.
God.
Yeah, 20 gig download.
20 gigs.
And then when it installs on my computer to it installs to 40 gigs, dude. That's 40 gig game. And so I was like, okay, fine. I knew what I was getting into.
That's like an HP computer for 96.
I left it downloading. I left it downloading overnight.
We're not old or anything.
No. I left it downloading overnight. And finally, it was done and installed and everything. And I clicked on it to play, and it gives me like a error code, whatever. Your something has not been is missing a file. To correct this problem, you can uninstall the game and then reinstall it. So I'm like, cool. I got all the files from the download. I'll uninstall it and I'll reinstall it.
They were gone.
So I uninstall the game. Little did I know, it doesn't just uninstall the game.
It takes
uninstalls it and deletes the game from my computer. So when I went back to reinstall it, it didn't give me an option to reinstall it. It just gave me an option like, download the game. And I was like, really? Really?
Good job, guy. And that's why we don't do PC gaming.
Click, download another night.
Oh, God.
And yeah, I finally got to playing it, and it played well. I'm enjoying the game. I'm still getting used to keyboard and mouse, but
just get a pad.
And that's the other thing. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my PS4 controller to sync with the PC. And I followed the tutorials online, but I must be doing something wrong because it just isn't working for me yet. It won't recognize the controller on the software that's supposed to map it. It recognizes there's a controller attached, but it doesn't recognize the controller on the software itself.
You need Xpadder. Xpadder is a free software program that you can download on the internet, and basically it uses the keyboard as commands with your pad. So you don't even have to have the pad recognized. It just recognizes it as a keyboard. And so basically like A button can be like the A button on the keyboard. And
well, the software I downloaded, it is also a free software online that it makes your PC think that it's actually a Microsoft controller. So anyway, I'm still working on it. Maybe I'll give you news on it next time.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. And I think that's it for now. What do you guys think? Good show?
It was a good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to your stories, Leo.
Yeah, or my old man stories back when I was young.
I enjoyed listening to my story the most.
Exactly. Yeah, he was a more entertaining one.
Yeah.
But okay, well, I hope you're enjoying the show, and you give us a like, share with your friends, and if you need to tell us something, you want to see something in the show, something you don't want to see, you can always Let us know in the comments.
And drop a comment.
Subscribe. Like us on Facebook. What's the website?
GameTime.com.
There it is.
That's right. All right, so I'm Leo, accompanied by
The one and only Rick.
And Francisco.
Thank you very much for joining us on this week's edition of Daddy's Game Time, episode 1.
Side story.
Side story.
Don't forget, Rick.
I'm almost out of soda.